Hi everyone, my name is Cease, and I'm here to talk to you about what it means to be a PaCE student at the University of Florida. With regular decisions coming out soon, you may get this unusual acceptance in your letter, and I want to kind of share what that means as a student and as an undergraduate. So what that would mean in terms of events, football games, clubs, internships, and really share with you what this experience is truly like. Okay, first let's go over what PaCE means. PaCE stands for Pathway to Campus Enrollment. This means that your first 1 to 2 years of your undergraduate time is going to be online classes. Now, what that means for you is that you are still a part of the UF community. For example, I live in Gainesville. I still go to club meetings, I run my own club, I still work at the radio station. I am fully involved as an in-person student in terms of the events. Now, what this does mean is that all of my classes are online. So I do not have any in-person interaction with classmates or professors. I will say that I am definitely more of an in-person learner, so online has been a challenge, but it's something that's easy to overcome if you still find ways to be social, if you still reach out to people who are in your online classes and maybe ask to meet up in person if they live in Gainesville. It's kind of a mix of in-person and online, but I really don't feel like I'm excluded in any of the activities. You may be wondering now why I chose PaCE. So PaCE is not a program that you can apply to or that you can request, it just kind of happens. Mainly if your applying class is just too big that they can't house everyone. So what PaCE does is it allows them to accept more promising talent without having to promise you housing, if that makes sense. So I still choose to live in Gainesville. I'm very close to campus and I try to get on campus as much as I can every day because I want that experience. I still eat at the dining halls, I'm still involved in clubs, I'm still kind of getting that experience. I went to all the football games, I'm going to basketball, gymnastics now. So it's not really excluding you from anything but in-person classes and on-campus dorms. But that changes once you meet your 60 credits and once you meet the classes that are specified by your college. I think one piece of advice that I would give to anyone who got accepted into PaCE is to try living on campus if you can. Apply to scholarships, see what kind of housing prices there are, and sign that lease early. Like as soon as you know you're going to University of Florida, sign that lease. The leases go very fast and a lot of them are very competitive, so they'll raise their prices due to demand. So I'd say try to live in Gainesville if possible. It just makes the experience feel a whole lot more like a university experience. Like I study with everyone else at the library. I'm able to form study groups within my online classes. I'm able to go to in-person office hours for my professors if I choose to. And I'm really just able to meet new people, to sit with people at the dining hall, go to clubs, stuff like that. So I'd say the best decision I made when it comes to PaCE is to live in Gainesville and to really try to stay on campus and not just huddled in my room. Another thing that I think is very important to point out is that you are not excluded to on-campus internship or immersion experiences. I'm a public relations major, so I spend most of my time studying in or around the College of Journalism and Communication School. So this semester I chose to do an immersion experience. Now what that does is that you can work with ESPN, PBS, NPR. I personally work at GHQ, which is the pop radio station. And what I do is I work on their promotions team, I do vocal tracking, soon I'll be on air. So this really helps me gain a community. I'm able to meet people in all stages of college and network with some professionals there and have fun. So what I'm trying to tell you is that even though PaCE may seem scary and may seem very abstract because you're online, that doesn't mean that you have to be alone all the time. Yeah, I'd say there are so many experiences that you can just apply for or just work towards in your time on campus, even if you're not in person. If you're still kind of on the fence about it, that's totally fine, but this is where I'm going to tell you why I personally would choose PaCE over and over again. The biggest factor I think in my life is the flexibility. I'm able to do my classes when I want, where I want, and I'm able to watch lectures at 2 times speed if I don't feel like doing it. I'm able to pause the lecture and really take in. I'm able to kind of build my schedule however I feel like, so I can wake up at noon, I can wake up at 8 a.m. I cannot do any work one day if I feel like it. So it's pretty great. I personally like how each instructor will give you like a week's notice on every single assignment you have. So there were a couple weeks where I knew I was going to be busy, so I'll do all of my work early and give myself a 5-day weekend. 4-day weekend. It's very easy to plan out your schedule and kind of tailor it to what you want. And you still get all the advantages of being a Gator, you just get to kind of make it your own and take a less traditional path. If you are someone who's just found out that they're going to be in PaCE, or you're someone who's waiting to see if they're going to be in PaCE, I'd encourage you to really sit down and think about it and kind of see what this has to offer you. Don't be scared, because when I first got that acceptance, I was very nervous about what this would look like for me. But know that it's very realistic to have friends, to do things, to get involved, even as an online student. So I'd encourage you to really think about if this is something you want to pursue, and know that it is promised to you that you will be an on-campus student if that's really what you prefer. Thank you for watching, and if you have any more questions or thoughts about PaCE, feel free to leave a comment and I will answer you as fast as I can. And as always, go Gators!